straw today. Woo! I'm going to share this really quick. Share it. Share it. No. Share it. There we go. There we go. I am back. Yay! Welcome. Welcome. I am so happy. Hi, Melissa. I am back from vacation. I'm so happy to be back on the block. Hi, Deb. Hello. Finally. Yes, finally. All right. So, if you do not know who I am, I'm Kathy Grillo, Kathy Grillo Designs, and this is where you can find me. Please find me, follow me. I'd love to share my art with you. Have any art discussions, you can message me. We always try to have a good time. And today, I am here for the Saturday Art Block. And my group, LDCC, Little Dev's Creative Crew, on Thursdays, we have an all-day music block. And on Saturdays, we have an all-day art block. And so all you have to do is look up the hashtags, and you'll be able to see all the entertainment. We have a lot of really, really talented members in our group. So today's schedule, here it is if you want to look really quick, or you can come back later and get a screenshot just in case. Whoop, I hit my table. Sorry there, folks. You can follow us all day long. As you can see, we are going to 1 a.m. These are all Eastern Standard Times. 1 a.m. Eastern Standard. I am so psyched. One of these days, my dream of 24-hour art block will come true. No, I'm not the creator. Deb is. Deb put up some emojis there for the Little Dev's Crew. Our account is on there. There it is. Little Dev's Crew. That's our main account. If you want to follow them, you'll get all the info. There it is. And Deb has created it. I'm just her handy dandy helper. I help in different situations. Well, you kind of created the crew, sweetie. So it's yours. All right. I have a business thing coming through. All right. And if you'd like to find us, this is where you can find us. Take a screenshot there. Oh, I have a business thing. Okay. I'm on Periscope. We'll get back to you in an hour. It was in the email I sent, I think. Always business, I'm telling you. Yes, DM her. Thanks, Deb, for filling in on the messages while I was trying to take care of a money situation. Money's always good as an artist. Yeah. You can message any of us, and this is all our links for our group. We'd love to have you join us if you're an artist or just like art. And we have a great time, and we are very supportive, and we'd love to have you if you want to be part of our crew. We have over 600 members now, so we're getting some strength in numbers. All right, so today I am working on this little fellow. This is a portrait I am doing for one of my husband's friends. It is a surprise for his wife. She's not on my social media. So my table is falling apart. I need a new thing. Oh, thank you. She's not on my social media, so it's perfectly safe to do this on here. When I do commissions for people, I always ask for permission to use them on my social media if I'm getting paid for it. This is a barter, so I don't feel bad not asking him, but he doesn't matter. He is fixing my husband's guitar and painting it, some really cool designs in exchange for this portrait. So we're bartering. A little bartering. So just to give you an example, this is the face. The picture is a really bad picture. I can't stress this enough, you guys. If you ever want a picture or a portrait done of one of your pets, take good, clear pictures, please. This one, I can't get any other pictures because unfortunately this little puppy is no longer with us. So, I have to do what I can do. Which, I work with the client a lot, and so he already came back and he told me we needed these little knobbies on the head. And so I can only do what I can see from a photo, and I work with my clients till we get everybody happy. Deb is in Florida. She's not here anymore. She's busy doing business stuff. You would be surprised how busy behind the scenes on a Saturday is, because she's in charge of all the schedule, and everybody's like, if anybody has like last minute cancellations and all sorts of craziness goes on, you guys. It's like a TV channel. It is like a TV channel. And we have all sorts of people talking behind the scenes. I'm coming on, and who's doing this, and so didn't show up. What about me? What about me? I missed that. Oh, I'm in Michigan. Where are you? Where are you? Are you in Michigan too? Yay, Michiganders! I'm a river rat. That's okay. It happens to everybody. It happens to everybody, Nico. You know, there's a spot later. Can you fill that? I think there's a spot open later. If you can fill that, Nico, go check the schedule in the group, in the little messenger group. Or contact Deb. There might be another spot open later if you're available. I'm in Wayne County. I'm in Gibraltar. Do you know where Gibraltar's at? Downriver? Look at I've been on here like 10 minutes and I haven't started drawing yet. It's your daughter's birthday. Happy birthday. Happy. Yeah, I'm a downriver river rat, Melissa, and I am anxiously awaiting spring and boating season. That's why I'm on so early in the day here. Oh, see, that's why I'm on so early in the day, is because when the weather gets nice, every single Saturday I am out on that boat. Okay, so you got to kind of look for this little moving circle, and that's where you'll see where I'm working. Sometimes it's hard. Don't feel... Oh, okay, there you go. There you go. Don't feel afraid to ask questions. If anybody has a question or wants to have anything, please ask, because sometimes I forget what people want to hear because I talk about it all the time. And we don't have to talk about, we could talk about the weather like we were just talking about boating. You know, I'm pretty much an open book. We'll talk about almost anything. I like to feel like I just having like an open studio day, and I have some friends who grab some coffee or whatever, and they're just kind of like hanging out. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm doing fine. And we could just talk about life and love or whatever you guys want to talk about. And then every so often you could see something and say, ooh, what's that? I'm so happy to be back. I've been gone for 3 weeks. Oh, I've missed drawing for you guys so much. It's crazy. Oh, yes, that would be nice. I don't know if I've ever been on a yacht. That's fancy. Yeah, what's birthday plans? How old is she? Hi, thanks for joining. I love having people hang out with me. I get so lonely when I'm here by myself. It's kind of crazy now. I'm so used to live streaming that when nobody's here, I get really lonely. Alright. I'm just filling in details on these ears because I did have some just very light work done, and I'm trying to brighten up the color now. This cute little cream, coppery color This is a Pekinese. And some of what I'm doing because of what I personally know about these dogs, because this picture is really bad. Aww. Yeah. That's the age. And then when she starts worrying about those things, then you have to start worrying about the boys. I'm just saying. Because that's when she's going to start worrying about it again. I have all boys. I wasn't blessed with any daughters, but God probably knew what he was doing. Yeah, so you know, the second she starts spending an hour in the bathroom getting ready for something, that's when you need to ask, okay, who's it for? Oh, but that doesn't mean anything. Yeah. I think put it this way. My one sister has triplet girl. My nieces are triplet. Yes. And they are 15 years old. So I can see firsthand the fun my sister's having. And I just spent a week with my other sister. Yes. And I just spent a week with my other sister who has a 20-year-old. She has a 20-year-old and a 11-year-old daughter right now. And I just spent the week with my 11-year-old niece. And let me tell you, God definitely knew what he was doing. Because I need to be the princess or something. Because that drama, woo, buddy. I have enough of my own drama. And all that girl emotional, hormonal drama. Yes, 3 15-year-old daughters. All at the same time. They're all going to high school next year. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. And starting driver's ed. Imagine 3 kids driving and fighting over the car. And, oh, Lord, bless my sister. I told my sister to stock up that wine cabinet. No, they're not. Thank God. It was hard enough. It was hard enough all the attention they got just being triplets when they were babies. At least once they got older, it wasn't like as noticeable. So it wasn't like such a thing. But we took them to the zoo once when they were little. This is a true story. I would not tell you lies. We took them to the zoo once when they were little. And we had to stop to, change and feed change diapers and feed them and stuff. And so we sat down on the grass and we looked up and we literally had a crowd around us, like some school group was like, oh my God, look at it, it's 3 babies. And I was like, oh my God. It was crazy. She really couldn't go in. She couldn't go much of anywhere by herself. And unfortunately, her marriage didn't survive it. So, There were some issues with that whole deal, but it's all good now. They're really sweet girls. And I love that they're all smart and they're all into something different, so it's always fun. You know, one's like wants to be a makeup artist and the other one's like wants to play rugby, you know. So I have a lot of fun with those girls. I'm gonna go see them in a couple weeks. We were very close because I used to live like 2 minutes from their house, and now I live like 3 hours away. So I miss my family. Alright, I'm trying to get this tri-colored ear right. I happen to have a tri-colored Shih Tzu. Oh, see? They did so good too. We were super, super blessed. Super blessed. And you would never be, like my sister looked like she was pregnant with one kid. So I was kind of worried. And my sister had to have her cervix shut, like sewn closed. And they did that just as a preventative measure, not because of anything that happened. Just to be safe. And then she had a cesarean. So it was a planned cesarean just to be safe. And they were a little early, but not too early. But they were in the NICU for about a week, and all 3 of them came home. Like, nobody had any major problems, so we were really, really lucky. And I count my blessings for that constantly. Morgan has a little, my one niece Morgan has a little bit of hard hearing, like in one ear. But it's not like she's deaf or anything, but the one ear is a little bit, and she was the smallest. I think it's because her sister was squishing her head. So we make fun of that all the time too. Right? She was squishing her head before they were even born. Oh, there you are! Hi! This is the other commission I'm working on. And I'll be doing it about the same time I'm doing your Zoe. This is for my husband's friend at work. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. This is for my husband's friend at work. Let me show you the whole thing. Oh. There it is. So this here is all underpainting, and it looks sort of like a watercolor, and that's what helps the details pop off. So I'm working my way down there, but I always start with the head first. And my husband's friend is totally redoing my husband's guitar, and I am drawing this for his wife's birthday, which is in July, I think. I don't know. Oh, I'm using Corel Painter 2017. Yes, it's my computer, and it is a digital program, but it's not a photo program. Corel Painter is totally a painting program. That's why it's called Painter and not photo in the name. Like Photoshop, a lot of artists do use Photoshop, but Photoshop was created for photos. This program was totally created for painting, and so basically this is a digital oil paint. The paints react almost exactly like real oil paints. The big advantage is I don't have to wait for them to dry. They will dry when I'm ready for them to, simply by going to another layer. Yeah, so let me see if I have something that's printed out. Oh, I got some sweet. So then, oh my goodness, I'm like throwing stuff all over the studio today, guys. So then it will get printed out. They get printed out on these 8x11. I have linen paper, and it's pretty stiff. So it's like a board. It's about a 60-pound paper. And let me see if we can see. No, it's on Windows. There you go. See how this linen paper has a little bit of texture to it? It has some texture to it. So it looks painted a little bit. You can see the texture. Yep. And then so you could take that, it gets printed out, and it sort of looks painted, and you could frame it. It looks really nice when you mat it and frame it. And then when I sell these, you also get the digital JPEG file. So what you can do with the high res, which my JPEG files are, I think it's 1200 PPI. That's 1200 pixels per inch. So it's a pretty high res, and you can take that to any printer, and if you wanted a larger print made up or whatever, or you can have it put on t-shirts, or put it on a coffee mug, or put it on a whatever you wanted to do with it, because it's your dog, it's your picture. Yeah. So I love this program, one, because I'm old and I can zoom in like this. I can zoom in and get all those details, which I probably would be able to do. But I really kind of paint. I paint just like Kathy's already ordered. I'm in the process of working on her Zoe. So I'm going to show her really quick. I'll show you, Kathy, the whole entire thing. Alright, let's get rid of it. So, this is how it works. I get a photo. This is a bad photo. Your photos are much better, so I'll get a lot more detail. And then I come up with a sketch. The sketch here is basically for composition, and the little lines are for me because they're like my roadmap of proportion and like hair direction. Then I do the eyes, because the eyes are the most important part of a portrait. You have to get the eyes right. So make sure now. You have to get the eyes right. And then the next layer I will do would be the face. And so I draw under the sketch, as you can see. I'm not sure, because my husband does all my tech stuff, Kathy. I have some sort of computer, and my computer's just dedicated to the digital stuff. I can ask him and get back to you on that, okay? So, the sketch obviously won't be there. Hi, Joel. The sketch won't be there when I'm done, but I draw under it just every so often to check my direction and hair and all that stuff. But, as you see, I usually start with, let me get back. This is how they all start, with this underpainting. It's just the face is already painted on top. So, where's the body? There it is. So basically this underpainting just blocks out my colors and my form, and this gives the paint something to react with. Because, like, remember what I said, it's like digital oil paints, and they really act like oil paints. So, let me see, the best way to demo this. Alright. I love teaching too, so. No, I have a tablet, an Intuos Pro tablet. So it's like I'm drawing on paper. I don't even, my brain, it's like I'm drawing on paper. But my hand doesn't have to be up. It gets to rest down, so I actually like it better. So, here's a big blob of oil paint. And then if I was really painting and I came back with another thing of oil paint, so I put this in, watch what happens. See how it fades in? And I have to build up the layers so it'll naturally blend. Okay, see, it'll naturally blend, and I can build up the layers just like I would if I was really painting. And then I have blenders where I can, you know, add some water to blend it out a little smoother. Or I can smear it. Make little, so it's basically like I pick my brushes up here. I pick my medium. I pick my brushes. So I have all this. I have all these mediums, and each medium has different brushes. And then I just pick what I want to paint with, and I paint. It's just my canvases on my computer screen instead of on my easel over there. And I don't need the turpentine or anything to clean up the oils either. And then I can do this, which I would never be able to do. I would never be able to do this with the oil. And I wouldn't be able to do this either. Undo, 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 undo. I can undo steps as well. So, yeah. You know what? I've only been doing this, believe it or not. This digital program was a gift from my husband in Christmas 2015. And it's simply because I had a house full of people, so I didn't have my own studio space at the time. I only had a corner of the bedroom. That's a hard one. I guess in the long run, maybe. This program is about $400 some when you first buy it, and then the tablet is another like $200-300. So you're gonna invest some money in the upstart, depending on what level. There are cheaper versions of things, but depending on what level that you want to start at, I obviously didn't pick this out. My husband did, and he went all out that year. Like, I opened this up and actually cried. No, this is a Intuos. It's Intuos Pro. This is an Intuos Pro medium-sized tablet. Yeah, plus your ink and your paper. And the good thing is that I don't have to print everything I paint. You know, like if I'm just painting to practice and for fun. Yeah, he is a super sweetie. So if I'm just practicing for fun, I don't have to print it out, and I can create, I can experiment with different styles and different things of paint. Maybe before I go out, I do have watercolors on here, but I don't really like how they work on here. The oil paint settings I love on here. So, but what it did is wanted me to paint. I want to paint I've been painting watercolors, like actual watercolors, because of this. But I've only been doing this for a little over a year, and I've been teaching myself. So I've just taught myself. So I just paint like I would regularly paint, pretty much. Do I offer? I don't offer classes, but you know, like if you show up here, if you show up here and ask whatever questions you want, I'd be glad. I'm always glad to answer them. Or you can always talk to me in Instant Messenger. I have some people who send me. Paintings that they're working on. I'm a friend. I'm not all about business. I don't need to, I'm not going to charge to help you out with something. So, you have a question, you just kind of, hey, look at this, or how do you do that? And I'm so on the wrong settings. I need to get back to this. Where am I? Why does it keep switching on me? Why do you keep switching on me? I don't know. I'm a part-time nanny. I work Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I do like 10 to 11 hours a day, baby, doing a nanny down the street, about 4 houses away from my house. Yeah, that's why you don't see me much during the week. My full studio days are Mondays and Fridays. That's when I get a lot of my business done. I'm always on social media, so I guess that's why I could get some stuff done. Sometimes to my husband's annoyance, I'm on social media a lot. Social media, it's how you market yourself nowadays, So I belong to a bunch of groups on Facebook, and I do my Instagrams, and I not only post, but I also participate. So I won't join a group. I won't join a group unless I can participate. I try to participate and be an active member, and I like to encourage other artists. It's like, so every time I post something on a group, I will also go back and try to like or comment on at least 2 or 3 other people's stuff. I got to treat people the way I'd like to be treated. So if you want people to show up and comment for you, then you kind of have to do it for them sometimes too, So I do the best I can. Aw, thanks. And it's not just new artists, it's any artist. I like the encouragement. And I figure, what does, like my shout outs, I do a daily shout out on Instagram. So basically, it's somebody I follow, and I follow everybody who follows me. As long as they have content, I'll stay following them. So I go back and I'll just make up a little. Yeah, I go back and I just make up a little sheet and post it. It doesn't cost me anything. What does it cost me except like 5 minutes? It costs me about 5 minutes of my time to make a little graphic and post it on my Instagram for everybody else to see. It doesn't cost me anything. So, I could totally do that. And I know if somebody shouts me out, I like to give them another shout, a shout back, I call it. I call them shout backs. It's like a thank you, hey, thanks for your time. So, a lot about being art, you have to be a good artist, but you also have to create those connections. You need to create connections and relations, and a lot of it's word of mouth. So you hope if you do something for somebody and they like what you did, they'll tell other people about it or share it. So somebody who follows them or who sees their page might like it. It's, you got to share the love. So it is something nice to do. There's a little bit of selfishness in it too. I mean, it's like, hey, share the love because it's like paying it forward. I've given a couple people the ideas of, sharing it out to some stuff to somebody else. It's all right. All it takes is a little time. So right now I'm trying to create. I don't know if I do or not. On where? On Instagram or which media? I'm waiting now because I want to hear them. Because I definitely will follow. I think you told me about before, right? Oh, okay. I have to look him up. Or her up. Ugh. Okay, I'm working on this little face here now. I'm finally down to this part of the face. I think the rest of the face is pretty good. Let's see. Boop. Okay, cool. Look at it. We'll just put that little face in there. Boop. 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 So now I have to work on this muzzle. And then once I'm done with the face, I'll breathe a sigh of relief for about 5 seconds before I start working, getting all anxious about the other stuff. I get anxious every time I start. I was talking about this yesterday, how I'm like one of those artists who say they're still, they're musical artists, and how they're always nervous before they go on stage, even though they've been doing it forever. I still get really nervous before I start painting. Pretty much. Oh, I do have an anxiety disorder. I'm gonna come out and say it. I take Ativan for anxiety when I have panic attacks. But yeah, I do. So I tend to get a little like. It's only because I care so much, It's like I want to make the people happy. I want it to turn out great so they get the portrait that they really want, or even better than what they wanted. I'm really, that's my goal. Which is another reason, I don't charge by the hour, and people always ask, how long did that take? And I'm like, I don't really know, because I don't keep track of, my time. Yeah, I don't keep track of my time. It's done when it's done, and, some of them go easy, some of them don't. I never had anybody, just say forget it. We always worked out any of the problems that we've had. So, I'll just keep going until it's right. Does that mean that sometimes I'm working for nada? Probably. I just don't keep track of it. But see, I'm lucky that way, that I have a great, my husband is a great sponsor. I don't have to worry about paying my bills with this or anything. So if I have a slow month or it takes me a long time, I don't have to freak out about it. Not all artists have that luxury. How do I look up these posts from Periscope? Which posts? The Periscope link or... Oh, well, look at it, it is almost 20 after. I'll show it up. So, you follow me on any of my social media. I'm all over social media. Basically, if you type me in, you'll probably find me. But you can follow me on any of these. I usually post everything at this is my art page on Facebook. And everything gets posted there first, and probably some stuff that doesn't get posted anywhere else. Instagram is also a really, really good place to follow me to see all the posts. This is where I live stream. Twitter, everything usually gets posted on Twitter, but it usually gets posted because I posted it on Instagram. YouTube is just my Periscope scopes now and then posted up on. I don't make special things for YouTube. But I'm on YouTube as it saves my scopes up there. And maybe someday my grandkids will Google me and they'll get to see me, pretty much. And Busker is just like Periscope. But you can tip people, and I have drawings for my Mandela card sets. I give away, every month I give away a free card set over on Busker. So those are the ones to check out. Yeah. And as I said, like today, I'm here for Saturday Art Block for LDCC. You can look up these hashtags and you can see any of our art block scopes. We have a great lineup today. All day long we have art. We are going till 1 a.m. today. Somebody will probably show up in here, or our lovely Deb will probably pop in and do a little update or something. And if you like art, feel free to join us in our group. We have a great time. That's all the info, folks. If you want to join and be a part of it, that's the place to be. I guess the sex bots are back. I hope they don't offend anybody. Okay, so this dog has some crazy whiskers, but I'm not going to put these whiskers on until I'm done with the neck part of this body, because they're going to go on a separate layer. The reason is if I paint on the same layer, it's going to blend in with the paint that I already have. Whereas if I paint it on its own layer, it'll stay nice and sharp on its own. And you kind of need that for the whiskers, because otherwise you don't really see them too much. So this dog has like this little white fringy thing right on its mouth. I keep seeing that sex spot and I'm like, oh, is somebody saying something I'm missing? And no, it's just that naked girl giving me hugs and kisses. Alright, you gotta build up this muzzle here. Now I'm going beyond this dark line, because hopefully when I throw a background in, it'll look fluffy. It's hard to see the white on white. I'll be doing a little slight shadowing. The reason I don't do full-blown backgrounds very often is because I want the puppy, the portrait, to be the center of attention and pop out. And also for printing purposes, the backgrounds, one, they take a lot of ink, and two, from experiment, they usually don't print so great. Sometimes it just kind of fades in. I don't know, it's just a personal preference. If somebody says, oh, I really like all this background color for some reason, then I will attempt to do it and we will discuss it. So, you can always feel free to give me your ideas and suggestions of what you want. Okay, I'm just back erasing right now to soften this edge up a little bit. So I'm using my eraser to create just little lines. I do want it to be, let me get this a little. I do want it to be pretty rounded. So I'm going to come in with this edge, watch, with this little dark stuff to kind of define it. And that's a trick too. If you're painting white on white, you just take a little bit of a darker color and just put it right on the edge, because white here will have a little bit of a darkness to it. And white's not white. There's like 20 different shades. Oh, thanks. There's like 20 different shades of white. And just like a real oil painting, this builds up layers. So as the colors blend together naturally, it will build up layers to create a little more of a form. So I'm adding, there's white in here, but there's like beige, and there's, you know, like a beigey white, a blue white, you know, there's all sorts of different types of white. And then they all come together to create the form I'm looking for. So another part of the art lesson is when, as an artist, you kind of have to create an illusion. You're creating an illusion of something that's totally flat being three-dimensional. And so sometimes you have to take something that you see and change it so that it's seen the way you want it to be seen and not the way it sort of looks. It's hard to explain. So you're creating form. Light brings forward and dark recedes. So that's how you could bring something in front of something else, by making it lighter. Which is why you'll see these creases and how they look like little bumps. I mean, I'm not really drawing a line, but you kind of have to make like the little indentations. I'm excited today because I do have a lot of time. I think we're going to have more time to draw today. I don't know if we're going to the grocery store or not, because we already went. It favors your wife? Oh no! Oh, thank you. I'm kind of known for the eyes. I like painting eyes. They're very important to me. It's what draws you into a portrait. And sometimes I will, I'll jack up the eyes. This is a secret, shh, just between all of us. Sometimes I jack up the eyes a little bit more. I'll add a little bit of more intense color or brightness to the eye, just to make them a little more interesting and have some personality. I know they're just animals, but I try to give them, you know, a little bit of a personality. So I have like 10 minutes. I want to save this really quick, and I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. I feel like this has been so boring. I'm working on all these details. But I mean, I haven't, I think I'm about done with the face. But this is real life. This is how it works. Sometimes, you know, you have to hit these little details to make it pop off the page the right way. So all these things, it's, you know, if you get, this is the best thing. Okay, I'm going to show you. So if we get really close, you can see all the different lines and all the different colors, and they look kind of like a mess. Okay? But just like when you're at the art gallery and you see like an abstract art, and it's all these like little colored dots. Like, look at the nose here. All these things. And then as you step back, they all come together to do the right thing for your eye. So there's a lot of detail into it. So let's, what do I have here? So you have to learn how to create the different textures. So you can see the eyes. I brighten them up a little bit to have them kind of draw you in and stand out. This cat did have really yellow eyes, but I just made him a little brighter, gave him a little light. Same thing with this cat. I drew out the eyes a little bit. Especially with this one. The reason I picked this cat to practice on was, one, because of this black and white stripage that I kind of wanted to practice. But I really liked, it did have nice bright eyes that I kind of wanted to capture. Thank you. Let me see if I can zoom in on this guy's eyes. Where are you? So he has this, the Pitbull's eyes are kind of small, and they were dark, like they were almost the same color. So I had to really kind of give him a little bit of white around the eyes, which a lot of dogs don't have white around the eyes, but I always try to add just a little bit, and it makes the world of difference. Wrong way, wrong way. So, yeah, having that little glint of white keeps them from blending in with the body, and also, has them pop out. So you kind of have to the stare, like the white. That's the kind of stuff you're allowed to take an artistic license with, because sometimes you have to say, okay, I know there's no white in those eyes. These are my puppies. You have to say, I know there's no white in the eyes, but I need a little bit. Like, this is a good example, too. You can see right here. In my photo, there really isn't any white in the eyes. There is a little bit here, but you can see how the white part is still sort of like that brownish kind of color in there. But if I did it all brown, oh, that's okay. You can watch replays and catch the highlights. But if I did it all brown, it's going to look really flat. It's going to be, a brown eye. If you take out the white is what helps it pop. So if I had just a brown bulge sticking out here, a little bit of the white is what gives it the personality. So sometimes, and that's just through practice. You just learn that from watching other people, hearing it from another artist. Like, I learned from watching other artists here on the art block as well. And you could also, it's a big difference. And it's just, people, when they're relating to something, they want to be able to see the emotions that look to somebody's eyes. So you want them to relate to the portrait. You want to have some sort of life in those eyes, and how people perceive the life in eyes a lot. You need to have the whiteness to help convey some sort of emotion or the direction. Because you're not getting the personality. This puppy's not jumping up and giving you kisses and smiling at you and doing a cute little bark. It's some ink and paper. So so you have to do something to create that connection. Kim the Fun. Hello, Kim. Are you having fun today? So yes, it's just about 1 million and some little teeny strokes all come together to form, hopefully, a comprehensive portrait in the end. And I think this one's going to be pretty good. It's on a good way here. Now once I get past the face, I can just really put on some music and jam on the body, and the body will go, probably this entire body will take as long as the face did. It'll just go a lot faster. The face probably takes up the most time per space, I'm going to say. I do people, kind of. I kind of do people. I don't really do traditional portraits of people. I do illustrations of people. I don't know if you're familiar at all with the difference. I I do like bridal fashion illustrations or dance fashion, like costumes. So like I do dance illustrations. It's fashion this way, like it's about the costume, and these get printed out and I glitter them up. Or I'll do like bridal portraits of people in like their bridal dress, or like prom, special occasion outfit kind of things. I haven't really spread out to just doing face portraits. For me, it's like about the texture of the cloth and everything. This is gonna sound really terrible. There's another bridal one. I think the reason I don't do people portraits is I don't like a lot of people. Ooh. I think dogs and animals are much sweeter, and some people are just too sourpussy for me. Is that terrible? That's terrible, right? I should even say that. Maybe I'll try one. I don't know. The only people I've ever cared to try to draw has been like people I care about, and if I know somebody, it seems very hard to draw them. It's kind of crazy, right? Hi, Firefly. Thanks for coming. I only have 2 minutes left. Time goes by so fast when you're having fun. I'll be taking a little break, and I won't be on Periscope today because I don't like to take away from our art block, but I'll probably be on Busker doing some drawing today, if anybody's on the Busker app. As I said, you can always see me, or message me, or ask what's going on at any of these locations. And I'm on Messenger too. If you want to friend me on Messenger and just chat with me, feel free. I try to answer everybody. Okay, I think I'm ready to go to the neck, which is kind of cool. So I'll show you, I did put these, yes, they're bells. Yes, they are. Yes, they're bells. I'm almost done, Kathy. I'm sorry you're having problems. I hate Periscope for that. Anyway, so I have the head on a separate layer from the body, and that's simply so I could do this. I don't have to worry about the head now. I can draw right under here, and it's not going to mess up anything that I already did. And that's the only thing I love about digital, and it's one of the few digital tricks I do use, is that I will take the layers. So I can layer the head on top of the body, and now once I'm done with that layer, I do not have to worry about anything messing up any of this that I've already painted. Yeah. So it's like I let it dry, but I don't have to worry about paint dripping on it or anything getting messed up. I can go totally floop, 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 and nothing's... See, look it. Nothing's there. Hello. So, like, if I close this layer, you'll see it. Oh, puppy! See how I just screwed all that up? But you don't see any of it because that layer's on top of it. Hi, UK. Where in the UK are you? My son's fiance is in the UK. We are working on the K1 visas right now. Actually, we have an appointment with a lawyer on Thursday. I'm very excited. Look at that. Looks creepy, right? Just eyes. Creepy. That's the same reason why the eyes are on its own total layer. I do the eyes. My son's fiance lives in between Dis and Norfolk. She lives in a little town called Harleston. Anyway, but that's the same reason why I put the eyes on its own layer. So once I have the eyes, which I can spend an hour just doing these eyeballs. And so once I have them the way I want to have them, I will protect them by having them on their own layers. So when I do the face, none of this ink is going to react with each other and mess up the eyes that I just spent an hour on. Because when I first started, I made mistakes like that, and it just makes me really scream. Like literally out loud, scream. Ah! I still get messed up on my layers sometimes, and it drives me nuts. I will be honest, folks. It drives me nuts. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Oh, great. I'm glad it's sunny over there. It is sort of sunny here. But I just got back from Florida. I was in Florida last week, so it's not as sunny as I'd like. All right, everybody. I'm gonna end this and direct you guys all over to Madeline at MP Bradshaw. I think. I just saw a message. Let me see what it says. Oh, please. I don't know what she said. Oh, 11:05. I have 3 minutes. She said, Madeline said she's going to be on at 11:05. So she's running a little late. And it's perfect timing because my little tablet device just came on and said I only have 10% battery life. So it needs to go get charged. But this is the rest of our lineup today. So feel free to follow. Take a screenshot if you want to check out. You can pop in for 5-10 minutes. Share on your Twitter. Share with your followers on Periscope. Artists live off exposure. So any sharing of our art or our channels is a huge, huge help. And we really, really appreciate it. And if you didn't get a chance to do that, you can always look up in Periscope here, LDCC or Art Block, and you'll be able to see us. You'll get a list and you can check all the replays. And on Thursday, it's all music. We have some great musicians as well. So feel free to. And if you really like art and want to get to know us better, look us up. Look up our group on social media. You'll get all the info. Get to know us. Talk, share your art. Be inspired. We're very welcoming. It's my crew, and we are like a family. They're my core group of people. Even though I'm on all that social media, LDCC is my little core group, and you'd be surprised that as big as social media is, it's really a small world. I run into many of the same artists on all these different sites, and that's why I like to call it the social media hood, because I will see people all over the place all day long. All right, Madeline should be coming on, so feel free to check her out, look up our hashtags, or follow me. I'm going to go and take a quick break, charge this up, see what my plans are, and sometime today I'll be on Busker. This is the Busker app. If you don't have it, download it. Check it out. It's lots of fun. Alright guys, have a great day. Thanks for spending time with me. I totally appreciate everybody who takes the time to come by and say hi. Have a great day. If I can figure out how to turn this off now.